Hey, Shalom Israel. I'm Precinct Officer YAHUAH. To my right.
Precinct Officer 1000 Malakia.
And I'd like to begin the class by saluting all the Adawanium, all the men of Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and salute all the Akwatian, all the sisters, Yahweh Shema Alatan, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right, it's lucky for the lateness. We're just going to get right into the prayers. We're going to call up the third priest, men up here, Amadium.
Ibadaya, Ban Banyamya, Ban Yashral.
Ibadaya, Ban Banyamya, Ban Yashral.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
YAHUSHUA, which means Israel.
Magum, which means to stand, Wa, and Sar, Wafanya Hakodam, face the east.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Ayah.
Shemka.
Yahawah.
Malakata. Tabaa. Ayah. I.S.U.P.K. Rakza. Tawab. Ayah. Bashamayim. Lacham. Kab. Yawam. Wasalakna. Tawafna. Hasalakna. Tawafna. Wala'ah. W.I. One side one. Above. Awashayna. Bayan. Ayah. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Wala'ala.
English translation, Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever so be.
Power in the Hebrew. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Shem Yahshua.
The power in English, Yahawah. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big.
Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Raklanawa.
Wabayah.
SICARII.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Wadaman.
Bless Israel, English. Yahawah. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big.
I.S.U.P.K. Power structure blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahawah.
Yahawah.
YAHUSHUA.
Wamayaka. Walahaya. Tazabayah. Alawap Yahanna. Alawap Arasharani. Akwatazayaya. Akayaya. Yahawah.
YAHUSHA. YAHANNA.
Power structure blessing in English. Bless you, Yahawah.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahanna.
YAHANNA.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
Captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you so be it.
Thank you so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.O.C.K.
Allurbance.
BAYAN.
Yahawah.
I.S.R.I.E.
I.S.R.I.E.
YAHAWAH.
I.S.H.A.
Shemaiah.
Waratza. Yahithon. Lamawat. Wagauka. Ayanawan. Marka. Hana. La'a. Yanawan. Wala'a. Yahishun. Shawamor. Yashua. Yahawah. Marka. Yahawah. Zalka. Aoyad. Yeminka. Yawamah. Ashamash. La'a. Yakaka. Wairaq. Laila. Yahawah. Yashamarka. Kaurai. Yashamar. Apnapashka. Yahawah. Yashamar. Taza'atka. Raba'atka. Ma'adan. Wa'idawulam. Psalms 121, English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not
will
slumber.
not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor
day,
the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Alahayam.
Adam
Adamayalaka.
Adakarash.
Adakarash.
Adashakwa.
Wa'atashkwat.
Kayahana.
Kayahana. Awayabika. Yahamayawan. Ra'ash. Aimaka. Yariyamba. Sawadai. Baitha. Yaitazawah. Altazapawanika. Amorwa. Lakawa. Wanakakira. Galia. Wala'a. Yazikar. Shem Yashal. Iwada. Kaya. Yawaitazawah. Laba. Khadwa. Alika. Warya. Yakarathwa. Alahaya. Adawam. Yashimai. Alayam. Mawaba. Wagari. Wabo. Maimawan. Maimalak. Alashak. Amyashabia. Tazawar. Ramashawar. Nalawa. Haiman. Haiwa. Zawawai. Abundant Salah. I.S.U.P.K. Hamadia. Kasaya. Sarah. Kayabia. Wanakal. YAHUSHUA. Nashamadu. Bayan. Daira. Ayawa. Daman. Ladama. Shayatama. Aliyamuwa. Ira. Kazaba. Wakazaba. Katazamanai. Kodashiakumwa. Ashur. Amorwa. Irishah. Ranawat. Nawat. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayatumwa. Gagala. Wakwash. Apanya Racha. Kaash. Ira. Karabat. Talahat. Ariyam. Khan. Daradakma. Basa Irika. Wabasa. Apatka. Tabahalam. Wala'a. Panyaham. Walawan. Wayakwashwa. Shemka. Yahawah. Abashwa. Wayabahawa. Ayai. Wayakaparwa. Wayabadwa. Kayata. Shemka. Yahawah. Rabaka. Aliwan. Alka. English, Psalms 83. Keep not thy silent, O Yahawah.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahawah.
And be not not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a
For
tumult,
Lord, thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty
They
counsel
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy
and
people.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden one.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come, and let us cut them off
let's cut them off.
from being a nation,
Be the nation.
that the name of
The
Israel
name of Israel.
may be no more remembrance.
Be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together.
with one consent.
One consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom.
and the Ishmaelites
And the Ishmaelites.
of Moab
Moab.
and the Hagarenes,
And Hagarenes.
Gabor and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines,
Philistines.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Inhabitants of Tyre.
Assures also join with them.
Chose us to join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Lot.
Do unto them
Who unto them?
as unto the
As
Midianites,
unto the Midianites.
as to Sisera,
As to Sarah.
as to Jabez,
As to Jabez.
at the brook of Kishon,
The brook of Kishon.
which first and indoors.
Perish in the door.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung from the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
They are like a
and
red.
like Zion,
Like the air.
hey,
Yeah.
all their princes,
As the princes.
as Zabah
As the bar.
and as Zalmunna,
As the Buddha.
who said,
He said,
let us take to ourselves
let's take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahawah,
house of Yahweh.
their possession,
Possession.
O my
Of
power,
my power.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
As a stumble before the wind.
as the fire burneth the wood,
As the fire burneth the
and
wood.
as the flame setteth the mountains on
As
fire.
the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them.
with thy tempest,
Thy tempest.
and make them afraid
Make them afraid.
with thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shade,
For their faces will shame.
that they may seek thy name.
And they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord.
let them be confounded
Be confounded.
and trouble forever.
Shall find it.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame.
and perish,
Sorry.
that men may know
That we may know.
that thou,
God.
whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High
Most High.
over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sorry, which means turn. Remain standing. So we're going to take up the reading where we left off. Exodus 9:20. 9:20, yeah, 9:23. Or 9:22, I think. Exodus. Minute, man. I got 22 is sloppy. 22 and 9. You want to do it for 7?
Yeah, 14.
Exodus 22.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 9. I.O.C.K, YAHUSHUA, I.O.C.K, 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 SHALAM, I.O.C.K, Abada, Ashur, Yamor, Kaya, YAHUAH, Za, I, Ha'al, Hayam, Yahawah, the bar, Shanyam, Ashur, Yarashah, Ya'an, Al, Alahayam, Yashalom, Shanayam, Lara, Ahau, verse 10. Kaya, Yathan, Ayash, Al, Ra, Ha, Ra, Ra, Hawa, Chamawar, Hawa, Shawur, Hawa, Shah, Wakal, Ba, Ma, La, Shamor, Wama, Wa, Nashamor, Wa, Awa, Nashaba, Ayam, Ra'a. Verse 11. Shabbat, Yahweh, Daha, Yah, Hayam, Shana, Shana Yahum, La Shalak, YAHUAH, Bamau Akak, Ra'ai Hawa, Wala Kwak, Ba'al Yawa, Wala Yashalam. Verse 12, Wa'am, Ganab, Yaganab, Ma'ai Mawak, Yashalam, Laba Al Yawa. Verse 13, Tarab, Tarab, Yaba Ahawa, I have Asa Rapa La'a Yashalam. Verse 14, Wakaya Yasha Al Ayash Ma'am Ra'a Awa Waba Shabar Awa Ba'al Yawa Ayan Aymawa Shalom Yashalom. Verse 15, Ba'al Yawa Aymawa La'a Yashalom. Shakayor Hawa Ba'a Basha Karwa. Verse 16, Wakaya. This is the latest verse right here. Wakaya Ya Patha Ayash Batha Wala Ashor La'a Arasha Washakab Mahar Yamahar Baha Lawa La Asha. So
Okay, do the next 7. Okay, that's 17 to
20 and 23.
23. All right, Exodus 22 and 17 in the last one, Kodash. Ma'an, Yama'an, Abaya, Latha, Lawa, Kasak, Yashakwo, Kamahar, Habathawala Lath. Verse 18, Makash Shapat, La'a, Thachaya. Verse 19, Kol, Shakat, Ain, Bahama, Mawath, Yawamat. Verse 20, Zabak, La'a, Lahayim, Yakarum, Balathaya, La Yahaw, Labadawa. Verse 21, Wagar, La'a, Thawana, Wala'a, Thala Kataza Noah, Kaya, Garayim, Hayatham, Ba'arataza. Verse 22, Kol Alamana, Wayathawam, La'a, Tha'ai Nawan. Verse 23, Aina, Tha'aina, Athwa, Kaya, Kaza Aikwa, Yataza Aikwa, Alaya, Shamai, Ashamai, Taza Aikwa Thawa. Is that it, right? 23. I'm doing next 7 to the upside back. 24 to
30. Exodus chapter 22, Verse 24, Wakara, Apaya, Waharagathya, Athakam, Baharab, Wahayawan, so like Wahayawan, Nasha Yakum, Allah, Alam, Nawak, Waban Yakum, Ya Mayam, verse 25, Kasab, Tahawa, Amya, Anya, Ma, Dahaya, Lava, Kanasha, Dasha, One, Yawa, Nasha, verse 26, Chabal, Chabal, Shalama, Ra'ak, Ba'a, Hashemash, Tashiya, Banwa, Lawa, verse 27, Kaya, Awaa, Kasa, Wata, La Bada, Hawa, Sha, Malafwa, La Arawa, Ba, Ma, Yashaka, Wahaya, Kaya, Yataza, Alya, Washa Ma'ai, Ya, Kaya, Kana, Wan, Anya, Ye, Al, Hayam, Alahayam, La, Dakwa, La, Wanash, Yaha, Ba'ai, Ma, La, Ta'ar, verse 29, Mala, Wada, Ma'ak, La'a, Da'achor, Bakawar, Banayak, Datan, Maya, verse 30. Last one. Khan, Ba'aisha, La Sharak, La Taza, Na, Shaba'at, Yam, Yahaya, Aim, Nawak, Bayawam, Hasham, Yanya, Tanwa, Laya.
The next 7 till I.Bob gets here. So I'm at 30 to
No, you at 31.
1 to 38, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 22, 31.
You should 30, you should 22.
Verse 30, right? Or 31?
31. How many verses yours got?
I did 7.
No, on Exodus 22.
That's it, just
Oh,
one.
okay.
All right, Exodus 22 and 31. Nashaya Kwadash Faha Yawan Laya Wabashar Bashada Tarapa La'a Fa'a Kalawa Laka Lab Tasha Laka 1 Afwa, verse 23 and 1. Chapter 23, verse 1. La'a, the Sha'a, Shama'ai, Shawa'a, all, the Sha, Yadan, Aim, Rashai, Laha Yath, Aid, Kamasa. Verse 2. La'a Thahaya Akharya Rabayim Lara'ait Wala'a Ta'ayna Ail Rab Lana Tatha Akharya Rabayim Laha Ta. Verse 3. Wadol La'a Fahadar Bara Yabwa. Verse 4. Kaya Tapanai Shawar Ayaban Abak Lakia Awa Kama Rawa Fa'ai Tahaya Hashab Tasha Yabanawa Luwa. Verse 5. Kaya Tara'a Kama War Shana Rabbi Fachath Masha Awa Wachadalaf Ma'aizab Luwa Aizab Fa'aizab Aimawa. 6. La'a Fatah Mashapat Aba Yanak Bara Yabwa. Is that right? 6, right? 7. So after your 7, I do 7. I do what? 21 verses. Two both of us. I mean,
This
42, right?
is my third set.
Yeah, so that would be 21 for you. Then I do 7, that's 21. Then we'll part of the other to do the last. Ready? Go ahead. Exodus 23, 7.
And 13. Exodus chapter 22, verse 7. Madabar, Shakur, Dara, Kwa, Wana, Kwayak, Watizan, Yakwa, Al, Daha, Raga, Kaya, La'a, Atizan, Yakwa, Rashai, verse 8. Mashakwa, La'a, Dakwa, Kaya, Ashakwaz, Ya'ayur, Aqua Ayam, Waya Salat, the Arya, Taza Ayapom, verse 9, Wagor, La'a, Tala, Taza, Wa'atam, Yada, Atam, Hanash, Hagor, Kaya, Bayan, Yatham, Ba'aratza, Matazarian, verse 10, Washasha, Shanyam, Dagarai, Aratizak, Sapa, Daba, verse 11, Shaya, Dasha, Tana, Wana, Tashta, Kawa, Abayanya, I.M.A.K. Waya Tharum, Takau, Kaya, Hashada, Khan, Ta Aisha, Ramak, Laga Yada, Trispo, Shasha, Yum Yum, Aisha, Ma'ash, Yakub, Waba Yawam, Hashab, Yahayim, Shabbat, Ma'am, Yanawak, Shana Rock, Wa Khamarak, Wayan Pash, Ban, Amathak, Wa Hagar, 13, Wa Bakal, Ashur, Amar, Rafia, Al Yakum, Dasharawat, Washam, Kal Hayam, Akaryam, La'a, Daga Kayawa, La'a, Yashamai, Al Hayak, 14, it's the last verse. Shalash, Ragal Yam, Chaga, Layab, Ba Shana.
We're doing the Hebrew or the English?
The last 7, if you want to do it.
Okay.
Real quick, I just got a question.
Right.
Harag means to kill, right? And Ratazak means to murder. Is there another meaning for Ratazak?
You can check the interlinear.
Like if I was to, like, could you name yourself Ratazak?
Oh, that's a question.
What, to kill? I mean, you could, but I mean, it's not really like.
Because I knew somebody named Harag Kahan, which means kill a priest.
Usually that,
But
that's
Harag, right,
like
you know?
more meaning.
Right, but like Ratazak itself.
That just kill.
Yeah, because in the Ten Commandments says La'ala Ratazak, thou shalt not murder.
Right.
I was just curious about the two words, kill and murder.
Right.
But they tried to name himself Ratazak and they told him La'ah.
It don't really make sense. It's just,
But somebody has that name though.
that's crazy, man.
That just maybe has another meaning that I don't know at the time. Slacking. Go ahead, I would say.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, and verse 15. Kav, Hamatazawath, Tha Shamar, Shaba'if, Yamayam, Tha Akav, Matazawath, Ka Ashur, Tazawa Yathka, Lama Wa'id, Chadash, Ha Abayab, Kaya, Bawa, Yataza'af, Matazariya, Wala'a, Ya Ra'awa, Panya, Ra Yaquam. Verse 16. Wa Ha Kwa Taza Yar, Baka Warrior, Ma I Shaya Ma'aishika Ashar Tha Zara Ba Shada Wakag Ha Asa Ba Taza'af Ha Shana Ba I Sapka Af Ma'aish Yika Man Ha Shada. Verse 17. Shalash Ma'ain Yam Ba Shana Yara Aha Ka Za Ka Warka Al Panya Ha Aran Yahawah. Verse 18. La'a Tha Zabak I.O.K. Mataza Dum Zabak Ya Wala'a Yala Yun Khalab Khag Ya I Bakwar, verse 19. Ra'ash Yath, Bakawarya, Adamathka, Thaba Ya'ah, Bayath, Yahawah, Allahayaka, La'a, Thabashah, Gadya, Bachalab, Amwa. Verse 20. Hana Anakya Shalak Ma La'aka La Panyaka La Shamarka Ba Darak Wala Ha Ba Ya'aka Il Hama Kwam Ashar Hakanash Nath Ya, verse 21. Shamar Ma Pan Yawa Wa Shamai Ba Kwawa Al Thamar Bawa Kaya La'a Yasha'a La Ha Shaikam Kaya Shamya Bakwa Rabwa. That's the end of the section. You take it in English or keep coming?
That was it, right?
What, 49?
Yeah, 49.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that was it, I think. Officer
And
Malaki.
21. That was just number 21 between those two.
So
So it's another 77.
Can we take it?
No, you know, I want to call the young man up,
Okay.
and then I'll read it in Hebrew. He'll read the first 7 in English, and then we'll switch back so we can end with the prayers.
Okay.
All right, so men up here, Imagine. Young man, present thyself. Present thyself.
Stand forward, stand here. Stand right here, Baba Kusha. Just stand
You
right
gotta
here.
come on this side.
Go into the mind of Shabbat, Baba Kusha. State your name. Bun, your tribe. You Judah, right? Judah? Yeah. Yahawah, say Yahawah. Bun Yashua. So
Okay, Tazapah, Bon Yahawah, Bon Yasha'Allah.
then go into Marvin. And Brock. And then salute Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Yahawah Shem Yahshua. You gotta come up.
1 second, I gotta get down first.
Say the middle. Everybody get a headpiece for him, Baba Kushner?
Come.
Shabby. My 21, right? 22. 22 to,
I'll read it 21.
okay, 21 to 29.
Like, everybody, what is it? But 21 to 20.
22. I'm sorry, 22.
Time for you.
There's one more to that. Left off at Exodus 23 and 22.
Let's go up. So we at Malak 21. Malak 21.
So, like, you said 22, right?
Yes, the verse is 22, and I believe the chapter is 23.
23 and 22 to verse 29.
And the 29th, in the 28th.
And the last one, Kadash. Kaya, Shemai, Tashamai, Bakwa, Luwa, Wa'aisha, Yath, Kol, Ashar, Adabar, Wa'ayab, Thiyah, Af, Aya, Bayak, Watazarathya, Af, Tazara, Rayak. Verse 23. Kaya, Yalak, Mala, Akya, Lapanyak, Waha, Bayaak, All, Ha'amorya, Waha, Kathya, Waha, Parazaya, Waha, Kana'ai, Naya, Ahawaya, Waha, Yab, Wasa, Ya, Waha, Ka, Waha, Ka, Datha, Yawa. Verse 24. La'a, Tasha, Tha, Chawa, Waha, La'a, Laha, Yahom, Wala'a, Fa'aiba, Dum, Wala'a, Fa'aisha, Kama Aisha, Yahum, Kaya, Harasa, Thaharasa, Sama, Wasabor, Thashabor, Matazar, Bath Yahum. Verse 25. Wa'ai Badath Thum, Af, Yahawah, Allahaya Yakum, Allahayakum, Wabarak, Af, Lacha Mak, Wa'ath, Mayak, Waha Sarathya, Machala, Makwara Bak. Verse 26. La'a, Thahaya, Ya, Masha Kala, Wa'ai Kwa Ra'a, Ba'arataza Ka, Ath, Masapar, Yamayak, Amala'a. Verse 27. Ath, Aya, Mathya, Asha Lak, Lapanyak, Waha Mathya, Ath, Kal, Ha'aim, Ashar, Thaba'a, Bahom, Wanath, Thaya, Ath, Kol, Ayabayak, Alayak, Iraq. Verse 28. Washala Kathya, Af, Hataza, Ra'aiha, Lapani Yak, Waga, Washa, Af, Hakar, Waya, Af, Haka, Na'ai, Naya, Wa'af, Hakathya, Mala, Panyak. Verse 29. La'a, Agarash, Noah. That was it. Okay, so we end it right there. So we'll go back to Exodus 22 and 9 in English. The first 7. You got the Bible? Yeah, he's going to read the first 7. You see? 22 and start at verse 9. Okay? Yeah, right there.
They shall therefore keep mine ordinance.
Ordinance. Ordinance.
Oh, that's
Ordinance. I see it right there.
This is for Leviticus 1, Exodus.
Okay.
Is it big enough or you need a bigger print?
This one?
Yep.
I can see this one.
Yep, go ahead.
For all manner of trespass, whenever it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challenged to be his, the cause of both parties shall come for the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor.
So this is the spirit of the Most High, Officer Malachi, because this week the theme has been brotherhood, right? So now in the history we're reading about if we have a disagreement or a dispute between two parties, they're supposed to do what? Basically ask for counsel. You go before the judges, which is the priest or the council. Right, read on. Well, that's it. Is that bad? So men up here, Amadium? No, we're going to call Officer Abad back up. Or you want him to keep reading? Oh, you reading 12? All right. Most high Christ. All right, go ahead, take it. Yeah, 10.
If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
So it's saying if two brothers have a disagreement, or in this instance, an animal, and the animal died, and they were working together, and they go to each other, and he said, basically take an oath and say, tell me you didn't do anything to my animal. He said, nah, I ain't do nothing. Then he said, then he don't have to repay him because it wasn't his fault, basically. You understand?
Yep.
Reading 12.
And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good.
So if you lend somebody something, anything, in this instance, talking about animals, but let's say Officer Ibad lent me something, lent me a tool, borrowed my car, right? And I get in an accident, and Ibad wasn't in the car with me. Then I got to give it back. I got to pay him restitution because he wasn't with me. He lent it to me. It's in my possession. Basically, I'm in charge of it. So that's what it's saying here. But it's using animals because that was the world we lived in back then. 15.
But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire.
So if he's using it to do his job and something happened, so if Malaki is my boss and he lent me something to do my job and something happened, I don't have to pay him back because I was in his service. You understand? It broke during doing the job, basically. So you don't have to get restore it or pay him back. 16.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. 17. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry,
Right.
of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
So that was the laws on marriage, and then this is a witch to live.
So
What?
somebody real quick where it say if a man entices a maid, of course, it's speaking about sex being marriage. And he say he shall endow her to be his wife. That's our custom. You know, pay for your wife, pay the father for his daughter. Because like the Bible says, when you get a wife, you get enough possession. So the daughter belonged to the father. You know, he raised her up. She served him, served the family. You know, and practicing becoming a wife, becoming a helpmate, and now that man is going to get himself a helpmate that was raised up properly. So let's say now he shall endow her to be his wife. Now he got to pay for it. And to say, but if her father refused to give her unto him, and he go and make her his wife anyway, now he had to pay the dowry of virgins, which means even if she was not a virgin when they married each other, now since he went behind her father's back and made her his wife, now it doesn't matter if she had a husband before, husbands before. Now he had to pay the price as if she was never touched,
Right.
because he went against our customs. You understand? So like a word.
Which one?
So like also, of course, in a righteous setting, you know what I mean, when it says the father refused to give her unto him, you know, it's rare to have fathers in our lives. You understand? It could be many reasons why the father wouldn't want his daughter to marry this man. You know, either the daughter isn't ready or the son isn't ready. Because the father knows his daughter, he raised her up. He knows her strong points. You understand? He kind of knows what type of man, young man, he wants to marry his daughter. There's nothing against the young man or the young woman, you know, personally. He just know that, all right, this young man might not be a good fit for my daughter. Or my daughter might not be a good fit for this man. He like, you know, my daughter might have, you know, she might be a little rougher around the edges. I mean, she might be too rough for him. He might be too rough for her. Who knows? But, you know, as a father, you really have that insight, you understand, to really make sure that your daughter marries the right person. And that's so, is so necessary in our community.
Right.
Because a lot of times, you know, young women, young men, they mistake love and emotions to be the same thing. You could really like somebody, but that could just make you blind to the red flags. You know what I mean? And of course, being a father, you're not so moved and swayed by soft words. You understand? You can't game a father up like how you could game his daughter up. You know, so the father could just see, you know, I know y'all like each other a lot, but this is not really a good match. You understand? And this is not the man that I'm going to give you to. You know, and that could prevent a lot of failed marriages, a lot of failed relationships, just by having that insight from a father. You understand? So of course, you got to keep that in mind moving forward in this kingdom, where it'll make it seem like a father is not necessary. You know what I mean? Or it's okay if the relationship split. And as a stepfather or a stepmother, it's always best to have the mother and father in the same household. You understand? And raise these kids up so that we can have strong marriages. You understand? Then for generations, we have a strong marriage, show our kids a strong marriage, they show their kids a strong marriage, and we'll repair our community. And our community is so destroyed because of the lack of marriages, the lack of strong relationships, the lack of strong marriages. Anybody can get cut off. Nobody have a problem with cutting anybody off. You understand? And that's a big reason why our community is suffering, why our household is suffering.
Right.
There's a lack of structure. And a father, of course, brings that structure, especially when it comes to his daughter and his son marrying. It's a lot of work.
Now you watch it. 18 again, young man? Verse 18.
Yeah, 18. Thou shalt not suffer no, this is 19.
No, but read 18 again.
Oh, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. A witch is a female sorcerer, right? So then a witch is a sorcerer. And today a sorcerer is a drug dealer, because a drug dealer put potions and compounds together, right? They call it lean, right? Or Xanax, right? And they take it and they mix it with other chemicals and other drugs. So that's sorcery. And the Bible says what? A witch shall not live. So not just the witch, but if you dealing in potions or drugs, you're going to be unalive by the Most High as well. Read on.
It's a lot too. Like, of course, you got the depiction of witches in Disney films, you know, where they got the lady riding the broom with a long, lumpy nose.
Right.
And she's standing over a cauldron, pot, mixing the potions up. And now you have the other type of imagery in rap, where you have people that brag about standing in front of a pot, mixing a potion up. And they'll even brag about talking to the pot and praying over the pot that everything lock up right. You understand? Like that is a clear representation of a witch. I mean, he don't need a flying broom. He don't need a cauldron. All he needs is a pot, some hot water, and a few other ingredients we're not going to promote. You understand? And just get some heat and whip it up. You understand? That is exactly what a witch is inside the Bible. You understand? And they say, it shall not suffer a witch to live. It just goes to show how much America hates this Bible. The so-called Christian nation, this Christianity religion, hates this Bible. Because America, being a Christian nation, promotes drug dealing. You understand me? It promotes everything that God is against. The Bible says don't allow a witch to live. You turn on your TV, you turn on any type of rap song, and that's all you're going to hear is the promotion of witches, of drug dealers, making it seem cool. Then in the same breath, they want to lock you up and deport our brothers because they think they're drug dealers. You understand? There's a lot of hypocrisy, not only inside the Christian church, but inside of this Christian nation.
Right.
You can't promote drug dealing in one breath and then try to deport our brothers for being drug dealers, or if you deem that they're a drug dealer. The brother, I forget his name, Kilmar Garcia, they deported him because they said he was affiliated with, what's that?
MS-13.
MS-13. You understand me? When it's like, it's in all of your movies, it's in all of your rap songs, it's in the video games. But then when somebody actually, but then when you even suspect somebody is doing that, you deport our brother. No due process. You don't even have to show the evidence of him being a drug dealer, being a witch. If Trump deemed he's a drug dealer, he's gone.
Right.
But then America wants to make these drug dealers rise to the top, even if they don't really even do drugs, like Future. It's been said multiple times that Future don't even smoke, but he'll get on the song and make an album called Dirty Sprite and do all these type of songs. America promotes that. You understand me? But the Bible says we shall not suffer a witch to live. You understand? Go ahead, Award.
Yeah, and also I seen a video on Facebook this week where some fake Israelites was arguing with Captain Kapash. Did you see the video about smoking weed? Did you see it, sis? Guy had a dirty dreadlock beard. Him and his son are some real dirty dreads, nasty looking, Salaki. And yeah, I meant to offend because he's arguing with Captain Kapash. And then they want to get upset when we say the I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any fake Israelite group, and the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. Because Captain Kapash read in the scripture, a wicked man diggeth up evil. That evil that you dig up is the weed plant. And put it to your lips. Is a burning fire, right? He's going to try to say that the lip in Proverbs is the same as the tongue in the book of Peter's. And he doesn't understand. That's why we say the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. Because we are the men set up by the Most High to teach this Bible. You have no understanding. Context is everything. In the New Testament, where it's talking about the tongue, it's talking about speaking. In Proverbs, it's talking about putting something to your mouth and lighting it on fire. That's the drugs you're using. And when you add fire to any herb, right, it could be any plant. If you take parsley and light fire to it, you're changing the chemical makeup. And like I remember what the scripture said, if you're dealing with chemicals and potions, you're just the same as a witch. And you try to justify using marijuana, which is against the Most High God. So you have to come into the I.S.U.P.K to learn this Bible. You understand? And if you follow these men out here, they're going to lead you to the road to death and destruction. Verse 20.
He that sacrificed this.
No, 19 slot.
Oh, sorry. Whoever so lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. He that sacrificed unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Okay, real quick, let's go back to 20. He that sacrificed unto any god or any power outside of the Most High, save unto the Most High, only he shall be utterly destroyed. You're going to be unalive. So if you're worshiping Buddha, Allah, Islam, anything outside of this Bible, that's outside of God. That is another God. So when you celebrate Easter, you sacrifice it. Because what do you got to do? You got to take your money and you got to buy these Easter eggs. You got to buy the coloring and do all these things and go on the hunt and buy candy and all this other foolishness, right? Associated with that holiday or with that pagan holiday. That's a sacrifice. But it's not a sacrifice to the Most High God. And it says you shall what? Utterly be destroyed.
So, of course, like I said, he that sacrificed unto any God except the Lord, he shall be destroyed. Like I just said, America promotes everything that is against this Bible. The Bible and God say you can't sacrifice unto any gods, only one God. America says you have freedom of religion. This so-called Christian nation, you understand, and that's in Christianity, they're saying you can choose any God you want to. Being a Christian nation, the Bible says you can only sacrifice unto one God. You can't just change your God or up and switch your God or take your shahada or go and get baptized whenever you feel like it. You understand? Because it fits the part of the journey you're on right now in this part of your life. And seeing the Bible say you shall not sacrifice unto any God except the Lord only. It didn't say you have freedom of religion. You understand? If America claims to be a Christian nation, if America is pushing Christianity, if you understand me, but they still saying you have the freedom of religion, it's clearly not according to this Bible. You understand? This Christian nation, Christianity is not adding up what's inside this Bible. That's why a lot of people think that the Bible contradicts itself. Because when people think of the Bible, they think of Christianity. When the Christian church is not the source of the Bible. You don't go to the Christian church if you want to learn the Bible. If you do, you're going to be confused. Right. And you're going to think there's a bunch of contradictions inside this Bible. And you thinking that you know this Bible, you're going to try to go against it. But what you're really going against is the Christian church. Right. But you're tying it into the Bible. So that Christian church is really giving the Bible a bad name. Right. Understand? Anybody who had any problem with the Bible is because of the Christian church. It's because they're not teaching this Bible correctly. You understand? That's why we're here with this I.S.U.P.K. That's why the Lord rose these prophets up. That's why he gave us the spirit of understanding. Right. You understand me? So that we can go and teach this Bible how it was supposed to be taught. You understand? And clearing up all of the contradictions that the Christian church put onto this Bible and the bad reputation that the Christian church, that the Muslims, right, anybody that took this Bible, understand, and gave it a bad reputation, we are here to clean it up. And that's what we're doing inside this truth. So I heard a word.
Verse 19 again.
Whosoever lie with a beast shall surely be put to death. He that sacrificed unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
So that's basically saying black on black violence, the little squabbles we have with each other. Just like we was enslaved in Egypt, we're in Egypt again. So all this foolishness that we holding grudges against each other, most of us say we're not supposed to be vexing each other because we are both oppressed. Right. So your petty beef that you got with a brother, you got to put that to the side because we got a bigger fish to fry. Right. We got this devil that's out here unaliving our brothers and sisters. We got these heathens that's feeding off our community, but we don't want to support each other. So that's what it's saying, no vex each other. So like, right. We don't.
Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless.
And we're living that now. The scripture says the wicked, which is the Most High sword. And that's why the oppressors unaliving us on a daily basis. Why? Just like we said, vexing each other, not honoring each other, men sleeping with these women, and the scripture says the curses we're under, the remnant of his children that we shall leave, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. The Lord said he's going to cause the oppressor to unalive us. That's why we're dying like that. So what is it showing us? We need to learn from the history and change our behavior. Become that holy nation that the Lord made us to be. Go ahead. 25.
If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usher, neither a usurer. Neither shalt thou lay upon him usury.
Usury. So basically interest. Usury. So when you lend, don't expect to double whatever you lend. Whatever you lend, that's what you got to get back. You understand? Don't oppress our people like how the oppressor. You give us these interest rates if you're poor. They give you almost 22% interest rate on each dollar that you borrow. So that's what it's saying. Don't charge interest. That's what usury is. Read on.
If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
For example, the men above you. That's the rulers of your people. And in that instance right here where it says gods, it means powers. You read in the Hebrew, when we was reading, you heard the word Elohim. That's what it was talking about. Powers. Who are the powers? Your camp leader. You understand? The ranking men in your school. Those are the rulers of thy people. You understand? You're supposed to honor the men above you. That's how it is. Rank and order. Read on.
Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
So that's we have a high holiday called the first fruits, and the liquor, meaning whatever the Most High increase you with in time of harvest, you just pay your tithes. You give the Most High the first. You understand? We used to also have drink offerings. What's one of the drink offerings is made with wine. That's what it says of the liquors. So you can understand. Read on.
Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep 7 days. It shall be with his dam on the 8th day. Thou shalt give it to me, and ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs.
So basically, if you see a young calf or cattle that the wolves got to, or mountain lion tore up a deer, you can't just see the carcass and then say, "Oh man, that's fresh meat right there." Now you just got to just burn it or discard it. Don't even deal with it. All right, go ahead. 23:1.
Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
Don't lie. Don't join with somebody's lying on another brother or sister, or getting involved in gossiping or talebearing. That's what it means. Read on.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
So it says, don't follow after a multitude. What do people like to say? Everybody is doing it. That's what it means. You want to justify your wickedness. Well, everybody celebrate Easter. Everybody eats pork. Everybody, that's the multitude. You understand? That's why the Lord said to be holy. What the word holy means, to be separate. Separate yourself from the people in the world. You're in the truth. They're supposed to see you in the truth. As a sister, when they see you with your ankles covered and your head covered, they know you're different. Because why? Everybody else, the multitude is what? Half naked. You understand? As a brother, you wear your belt around your waist. You wear your loose-fitting pants. Nothing wrong with skinny jeans. It's not unlawful, but the show of his continent does bear witness against him. That is sodomy. You understand? We're holy, separate, so we don't look like everybody in the street. We wear belts. Our pants are not sagging. There's no law against it, but don't be like everybody else. Everybody else has got their pants sagging, then hey, do the opposite. What the Lord's saying. Don't be like everybody else. Put your pants up. You're a priest of the Lord. Why want to see your butt crack? Right? Keep reading.
Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him. If thou see,
so it's saying if somebody lost their animal, you see somebody like bully pit bull or very expensive, I won't say, oh man, I just found a dog, Officer Mahak here. Oh, that's a bully? Oh, I'm snatching that. A red-nosed pit? As mines, no. You return unto him. It says an enemy, meaning a brother you have a disagreement with, and you see his property, Sister Ratazabot took me to counsel. She's leaving the class and she dropped $20. Because I consider my enemy, I'm going to step on the way for her to leave the class. Now, sis, Salaki, you drop some money, I'll bend down, pick it, or give it to her. You understand? That's what it's saying. Be honest with each other, even if you have a disagreement. Because that act of kindness could win that person back to you. And I took him to counsel and he still gave me my money back. All right, we ain't got no beef. We handle it in the council. All right, we can move forward now. We throw it behind us and we keep pushing forward. We don't hold these silly grudges. That's what we're reading. These laws are showing us how to what? Live civilly in the society. This is how we build a kingdom. That's what our laws are. It's not religious. These are laws, how you run a government. You understand? So we'll just end it there for time's sake.
So like also on that part, like you're saying, the act of kindness could have been that relationship.
Right.
That's how you start to mend relationships, especially intimate relationships. With random acts of kindness. You understand me? Like y'all been holding a verse from each other, y'all arguing with each other, having a problem, disagreements. 9 times out of 10, it's not that deep. You understand me? It's not that deep. It's not the end of the world, and it can be repaired. A lot of times we think, oh, this is the big one. There we go. This is it. But a lot of times it can be repaired. Through communication, and it can be repaired through just random acts of kindness. Buying some flowers, like dating, a gift, or something. You understand me? When y'all just let time go by and then just be nice towards each other. You understand me? Like if this person, like how it says, like I'm missing it. It say if you meet your enemy's ox or his ass going astray, you shall surely bring it back to him and not take it for your own. Like you know who ox this is. Understand? You know who money that is that fell and is on the ground. Understand? You know whose it is, and if it's your enemy or somebody who you're going against, Satan to tell you take it, or not give it back to him. But of course, the way to mend that relationship or start to mend it is just a random act of kindness. You understand me? Unharden your heart. You understand me? That's really what this is about. It's about the war.
That's right. Real quick. Officer Biden, I wanted to bring out this term real quick, right? Because a lot of people always want to tell us about the color of Christ. Right. There's a psychological term that's associated with white Jesus. It's called the halo effect. It's the reason why in movies they always show blonde white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes. So read the definition, Officer Biden, real quick.
The halo effect is a cognitive bias where a positive impression in one area leads to a generally favorable perception of an individual
company, or product in other unrelated areas.
A cognitive bias, meaning you see something and you're biased towards it because, and then everything associated with it, you attach that same thinking to it, right? So meaning when you see white Jesus, if Jesus is the Son of God and Jesus is good, then everybody that look like white Jesus is good. And everybody that don't look like white Jesus is bad. That's where you get the black dog test from. Read that again, Officer.
The halo effect is a cognitive bias where a positive impression.
And what?
A positive impression.
A bias that caused a positive impression, read.
In one area leads to a generally favorable perception.
In one area, white Jesus, and what the other area? White society. Read on.
Leads to a generally favorable perception.
A general favorable perception. So now white Jesus, so then everything associated with white Jesus has a favorable what? Perception. Read on.
Of an individual, company, or product in other unrelated areas.
In unrelated areas. Meaning when you go to the doctor, in your mind, because of white Jesus, now the white doctor is better than the black doctor. Going to school, the white professor is better than the black professor. Or the white woman is better than the black woman in your mind. Because of why? It's associated with white Jesus. That's how detrimental that image is. That's why in Revelation, they said they gave an image to the beast. Because they knew once they presented white Jesus, then the people of the beast, they would what? Now Satan is viewed as the angel of light. So the children of Satan now, Officer Malachi, is look as the children of God. So the white man now is a Jew. And the real Jew now is a thug. Read on. Is there more on that, Officer Ibad?
That's basically.
All right, Officer Malachi, Baba Kashaf, could you get me Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 18? There was no more on that, Officer Ibad?
I mean, I don't know if you want to.
Go ahead, read some more on that.
This bias can manifest in various ways.
This bias, man, that word bias meaning one something against another. So black against white. Read.
Such as assuming someone who is physically attractive is also.
Assuming, because of the bias, because of white Jesus, you assume that every white person, read.
Assuming someone who is physically attractive is also intelligent.
You see that? So now, because of white Jesus, you automatically think every white person is smart. Right. But then we work these jobs and we see they're dumb as a bag of nails. Right? You're like, what the hell is wrong with the supervisor? You know, my rib was on the job, and everybody that was on the schedule to do a double, they sent them home. Now these are Edomites, right? That's running the facility. They have all the workers are there scheduled to work whatever shift, right? 7 to 3, 3 to 11, right? At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they sent everybody home. Who's going to work 3 to 11? No. They send everyone. But this is the decision these white people make. Does that make sense? Where's your staff for the next shift? Because everybody that you're about to send home was already on the schedule to work the second shift, but you send them home. And then the people you send home, you're going to call them back and say, hey, could you come back? See, so we as black people, we work on these slaveries and we work for these white people and they're a bunch of idiots. They don't know what the hell they talk about, but because of white Jesus, it attach a bias in our mind that we think they're smart. They're dumb as a bag of nails. So now we're going to go in the scripture and read it real quick. And then we'll end the class with this. Go ahead, Officer Malachi. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 18.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 18.
This is how serious this white Jesus, the fake image of Christ, this white Jesus. Read.
Also, the singular diligence of the
artificer.
The
artist. So the singular diligence of the artist, read,
did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstition.
The ignorant, black people not knowing that Jesus is black in this time, they send us to more superstition. Meaning we see white Jesus and we bow down to it. We automatically are so associate everything with the halo effect to white people. Read on.
In the 18, keep going.
Come.
For he, peradventure, willing to please one in authority.
So the he is the artist, pleasing, wanting to please his benefactor, the person that commissioned him to paint the image. Read on.
Forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion.
You understand? So Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci painted the best image of Caesar Borgias, so that when everybody see it, they'll be enamored with this image. Read on.
And so the multitude.
And the what?
And so the multitude.
Remember what we just read? Don't follow the crowd. Didn't we just read that, Oversight Bad? Don't follow the multitude to do evil. Right. And so what, Oversight Bad?
And so the multitude.
And so everybody, the whole earth, read.
Allured by the grace of the work.
Allured by the grace of the work. This white Jesus, read on.
Took him now for a God.
Took him now for a God. Because before he was what? The caveman. Grunting around, groping around, not having a language, with sheepskins around his private, full of hair, full of lice, smelling like hell. Read on.
Which a little before was but honored.
A little before was but honored. This is white folk. Now they being honored, but they were the caveman. You understand? How you know that? They call what? Caucasians. What does Caucasian mean? From the Caucasus. Where are the Caucasus? A range of mountains between the Black and the Caspian Sea in Russia, Eastern Russia. You understand? And now, like we read, Ezra says what? And now, oh Lord, these heathen that have ever been reputed have a reputation of being a bunch of nobodies. Like you say, these Edomite, these oppressors, is because they have the military, right? These race soldiers called the police. That they want to jump in your face and start with you and oppress you on these jobs because they know you want to slap the taste out of their mouth. And they antagonize you, but we're supposed to do what? Be patient. Right. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, and vengeance is the Lord. Right. So what do we got to do? We just got to be holy. Right. And that holiness is not like the Christian church. Right. It means what? Be separate. Don't follow the multitude. Is there more on that, Officer Malachi? Go ahead.
And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
And what? Everybody's deceived by white Jesus. So we shouldn't be like everybody is being deceived. We in here in I.S.U.P.K, we know Jesus is black. And we're going to teach our people that in this time. And we're going to teach that the white man is a nobody. It says it in the Bible. The scripture called them a no people. It calls them children of fools. And I just gave you the example of what we face on these jobs. But just because of our social positioning, we on the bottom of society as black folk. But now what we're finding out, our oppressors finding out, that this white supremacy that they're leaning into is very expensive. Because now their country's falling apart. Because they're getting rid of the people that was keeping the economy alive. Guess what industry's being, they're not building no more houses no more. You know why? Because Issachar is not here to work for cheap. The agricultural industry is suffering because Issachar is not here. Asher is not here. Levi is not here. Right. You understand? Just like in ancient Egypt. And eventually what they have to do, they have to pay us to get the hell out of Egypt. It says we spoiled the Egyptians. So I just wanted to read that to let you know that it is a psychological thing about that white Jesus. There's a reason why they push that image. Because they know as long as white Jesus is allowed to flourish, black people will always make themselves second-class citizens. We will always defer to the authority of white people. You'll be on a job sometime, Officer Malaki, and be like another driver, right? Or another co-worker. They want to give you orders. How many times I be on jobs and a regular driver come to me and say, hey, could you, I'm like, yo, wait, are you supervisor? Are you cutting my check? Then why the hell are you talking to me? Straight up and down. I'm just saying for me personally, if we're in the same lateral position, I'm a driver, you're a driver. You can't tell me to do nothing. I'm not working for you. You're a work employee. But I say that because a lot of time on these jobs, I see how people deferring to Edomites. Right, sis? Say, whatever industry you're in, you're nursing field, security, whatever, right? You're doing a job. The Edomite going to tell you, hey, there's a bag of laundry on the 3rd floor. Could you go grab it? Yeah, I mean, this person is the same job as me. What's wrong with Giant? You passed it and you seen it. You walked all the way down for me to go grab it? Man, get the hell out of here. That's what we need to start doing. Take pride in ourselves, man. We're the children of the Most High. I'm not saying to go be a terror on your job and all that, but just take some pride. Get some respect, man. Let these people know that we're different. I'm not your subordinate because of white Jesus. You're the caveman. You're just a slave on a leash, off his leash. You understand? And the only reason is because we didn't serve our God. Right. So guess what? It's very simple. Officer Malaki, Officer I.B.A.D. Put the weed down, put the swine down, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and these petty beasts we got. We got bigger fish to fry. Right. You understand? The other nations are winning because they have brotherhood. Right. We are not racist enough as a people. Guess what? The Chinese man in our whole health beauty industry, they don't buy from you. We don't work in their shops. Hey, yo, man, do you see us in their shops? You ever seen a black man in a Chinese restaurant?
I've never seen a black man at a Chinese restaurant.
But I went to Golden Crust and I seen a little Chinese boy in the Golden Crust, a Benjamin restaurant, serving me curry chicken. You know, so listen, man, let's take some pride in ourselves, man. The Lord said we are a holy nation, man. Yasha Allah, princes and the princesses of the power. Let's take our power back, man. Be righteous people, be moral, walk circumspect in the streets, and separate ourselves from this society. And with that, we'll bring the class to a close. So, men up here at Madium, said why we call you back up. Let's give the young man a hand. He read beautifully today. What you say, young man? What's your name again? Tazapah. Was that bad? Present that self.
Bahaya, Ban Binyam, Ban Yashua.
I bad haya, ban bayam, ban yashal.
Yahawashi, Yahshua.
Yahawashi. Sorry. Excellent. So we're going to bring the service to a close.
YAHUSHUA, which means Israel.
Men of Israel, I imagine to salute the Torah. Yahawah Hashem Yahushua Barak. Yeah.
YAHUWAH, Shem Yahushua, Barak, Yah.
So I back to salute.
Yahawashi, Yahushua, Barak, Yah.
Tazapah. All right, and Majum, Opania, Haka, Wasar, Wahak, Kadam, face the east.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Kaya. Shamka. Yahawah. Malakwath. Sabbath. Zaka. Haya. I.S.U.P.K. Waharatiza. Chua. Haya. Bashamayim. Lacham. Ka. Yawan. Wasalakna. Kabawatna. Kasalakna. Kabawatna. Malaha. YAHANNA. Madasai one. Nabal. Abishayna. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Dara. Amen. English translation, Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
So be it. Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Hashem Yahushua.
YAHUSHUA.
Nathanael.
I.O.C.K. Kamadawa. That's a hard. Amatazarai. Amaki. Arakwa. Atamala. Garshan. Hashem Yahushua. YAHANNA. English translation to the power. Prayer for the power. Yahawah. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big. 121. Come on.
Psalms 121, the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K.
Ayanya. Ahorim. Mayan. Yabah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahawah. I.S.U.P.K. Shamayam. Waharatiza. Aliyatan. Namawat. Agaka. Ayanawan. Marka. Ana. Ma'ab. Yanawan. Wala'ab. Yayishun. Sharimor. Yashua. Yahawah. Shamarka, Yahawah, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Kaka, Wairat, Balayala, Yahawah, Yashmarka, Kawai, Yashmar, Athnapaska, Yahawah, Yashmar, Taza'aka, Waba'aka, Laita, Wa'adadulam. 121st Psalms, English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahawah, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Al-Hayam.
Al-Damayalaka. Al-Dakarash. Al-Dashakwat. Al-Kayana. Al-Yahika. Yahawayawan. Wa'ash. Al-Imaka. Yahweh Sawada. Wayatha. Ya'itazawa. Al-Tazapawanika. Amorwa. Lakawa. Wanakakia. Agalia. Wala'a. Yazakar. Shamyashal. Iwada. Kaya. Ya'itazawa. Labba. Yahabwa. Ayaka. Boya. Yakaratwa. Ahoya,
Adawam,
Yashimai, Walayam, Mawaba, Gloria, the ball, Waimawan, Waimala, Palisha, I'm your Shabbat, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Alawa, Haiman, Haiwa, Zowa, Waimawa, Salah, I.S.U.P.K, Kasiyah, Sarah, Oyabiyam, Wanakab, YASHUA, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Daira, I.O.C.K, the Mun, Adami, Tayatanwa, Adayamo, Kaira, Kazabak, Kazamana, Kanasiakamwa, Ashore, Amora, Nairashat, Nanawat, Nahawat, Alahayam, Shayatamwa, Nagala, Fakwash, Lapanyaraka, Nahash, Ariari, Kalaba, Kalahat, Ariam, Khan, Garadatma, Masarika, Wabasa, Apatka, Tabalam, Walaha, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayabakwashka, Shamka, Yahawah, Labashwa, Wayabahawa, Aidai, Wayakaparwa, Wayakabadwa, Wayadaidwa, Tayata, Shamka, Yahawah, Labaka, Ayawan. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silent, O Yahawah.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still, O Lord.
and be not still, O Lord.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a
from
nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the
and the
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
Ammon,
and
and
Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Their numbers like a red,
and like the air.
like the earth.
Yea,
Yea,
all their
all
princes,
their princes,
as Zabah
as a bomb,
and as Zalmunna,
as a moon,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of the Most
the
High
house of the Most High,
in possession.
possession.
Oh, my
Oh,
power,
my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stumble before the wind,
as a fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on
as
fire.
the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm,
Fill their faces with
so
shame,
their faces will shake,
that they may seek thy
and
name.
they see thy name.
O
Oh,
Yahawah,
Yahweh,
let them be
be
confounded
confounded
and troubled forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahawah,
Yahweh,
art the most high
of the Most High,
of all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sorry, which means to turn. Sisters in Shabiam. Okay, give the shofar. Slack your sisters. I imagine, Michelle. Wait for the shofar. Slack here. Sisters, you Shabiam now. Michelle. Men of Israel, I imagine. We're going to give each other a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahawah Hashem, Yahushua, Barakatah. Yajamata, Sar, face the sisters. You're going to give the sisters a courtesy salute. Sisters, your Madu Shabbat is your right hand clasped over your left, your feet at a 45-degree angle, your head covered and bowed. Repeat the salute back to us. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahawah Shema Anatan Hashem Yahushua. Yajamata, class dismissed. Any brothers that want to be anointed? Any brothers that want to be anointed, step forward. Hezekiah, you want to be anointed? Step forward.